Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody out there? Grab your coffee, grab your tea, then come and craft with me. Somebody's here. Are you going to be a lurker or are you going to say hi? I hope you say hi. Just waiting for more people, hopefully. A few people said they would try and make it at least. And it's not quite 10 yet anyway. Hi, Paige. I'm glad you're not just lurking. How are you? You sound better in your video this morning. I just watched one of them anyway. What I'm going to show is old stuff for you. But it's always fun to watch other people, I guess. Get new ideas. The teacher's watching the student. Is the sound okay? Yes, it's always fun to watch. I've already made a mess, and I don't have room that I usually have because my laptop's off to my left where I usually sit everything. So it's going to be interesting. I did a lot of pre-work though, so hopefully it'll go okay. Yeah, I'm retired too, and I really shouldn't be because I'm not quite at retirement age, like by about 5 years. Thank you. I thought they turned out pretty good. This one has a little twist to it. I don't know if I can do it over again, but we'll see. This one, we're going to start with this one. That's the easier one of the two. And on the screen, it's backwards to me. Does this one show up on your left or your right? Yeah, everything's backwards, it looks like. Hi, Brandy. It's on your left? Oh, good, because on my monitor, it's showing backwards. Yeah, so people either like the bokeh or they don't like it. And Nick's Crafty Corner asked me twice if I could show it in action, so I'm going to do my best. This one, unfortunately, I can't do in this color anymore because I didn't have any more of this paper, so we're going to do it in a different color, and I hope it comes out okay. It's straight. I can read to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. Well, there's more to that. Let me just put you up a little bit. My whole link is there and the October host code and all that, but that's all going to be down below the video when live is over. Paige made some really pretty cards with the Paper Pumpkin this month. So, and I'm sure I'm organized. I spent an hour or something this morning getting ready, getting my stamps laid out and my papers cut and things, so to save time. Well, we'll give it another minute because it's not quite 10. Minute or two and see if anybody else comes on, and then we'll just get started and they'll have to rewatch if they miss. So oh, that's okay, Brandy. Hope your cat's okay. Yeah, I made sure I had breakfast so you didn't hear my stomach growl on the live. Sometimes I forget to eat breakfast, and I like breakfast, but oh well. Yeah, poor kitty. My kitty is hard to get her in the carrier. I want to get one of those soft-sided carriers because we have one of those old hard ones. We actually have to unscrew the lid. I put her in, and then my son puts the lid down real quick, and then we screw the screws back on. That's the only way we can get her in the carrier. My other cat, I used to have, Kimmy. She was a long hair, fluffy cat. She was just so gentle and tame. I mean, you just pick her up and shove her in there, no problem. But not this one. This one fights a little bit. Aww. Yeah, my cat's funny. She, if I open any kind of can, she thinks it's hers, like wet food, and she only gets wet food now once a week because I've been wasting money buying it because I get the little tiny Fancy Feast cans, you know, they're like this big, and she takes about 10 bites, and then it sits and she won't eat anymore all day long, but she'll eat her dry food fine, so I don't know what's up with that either. But her teeth aren't great. She had 2 teeth pulled and she was missing a tooth when we got her. So I don't know whether she can't get a hold of the wet food as easy or what. Yes, cats run the house. That is for sure. She knows our routines and she takes advantage of it. Right now it's her sunbathing nap time. She has a little landing that's her space. My house is laid out weird, but anyway. And it's sunny there right now, so she's basking in the sunshine because it's only supposed to go up to, I think, 50 today, and it's been going down to like 40 or below. We've had a couple days, and we're supposed to get a couple more in like 34 weather, 34, 35 at night. But did you see the moon last night? Ooh. I woke up and I thought my son left the outside lights on. And no, it was the moon, the harvest moon. Aww. Yeah. My Kimmy cat wanted to be held all the time. Callie's starting to be like that, but not quite as much as Kimmy was. Yeah, the moon was really pretty. Big and bright and low. Seemed low, close to the horizon. No, think positive. Maybe it's just maybe his teeth are bothering him instead of something else worse. So I know the vet told me once if they drink a lot more water than they used to, then it could be kitty diabetes, but I haven't noticed that here so far. So hopefully not that. Could be the food. Yeah. All right, ladies. Well, I guess I will get started, and if other people come in, then other people come in. So we're going to do these 2 cards. We're going to start with this one because it's the easiest. And I have to do my sales pitch first. So these are from the Catch a Snowflake exclusive limited time products. And it includes 2 stamp sets, which I'm going to show you. They are available to demonstrators now. They'll be available to you next Thursday as customers. So the first stamp set, which is the one we're going to be using, is called Snow is Glistening. And I have used everything in it except the For You and these backgrounds here. And actually the tree, I didn't use the tree. I stamped it out and then I changed my mind and didn't use it. So we will be using that. The other stamp set we're not going to be using that's part of that is this Happiness Surrounds, which is more all season. It's floral and things. So yeah, they're really pretty. And at first when I saw this on paper, I thought I like this one better because I like the all around thing. But as I'm using this one, I'm really liking it a lot. So anyway, I'm glad I got them both. They will only be available November 1 to November 30th for you. And then the thing I like the best, love it, is this, what are they called? Snowfall Thinlits dies. Here's the case. And that's the number 149692. And it's 2 sheets. I put them on magnet sheets. Oops, I have some extras in here. Sorry. Magnets. Aren't they pretty? And you're going to see them in use. So you get all this in these, what are they called? Thinlits. I always get confused. What's the difference between a Thinlit and a Framelit? I don't know. So anyway, this one is just gorgeous. It has a snowflake flourish, this huge snowflake, and then you can put another one in the middle, which is what I did on the card. You've got some leaves and flower outlines too, like this one, and I thought there was another one. Can be oh, this one, or more like flowers. That's for the other stamp set. I didn't use them today, but I used all of these snowflakes. This snowflake, not sure about that one, maybe, and this flourish today. So yeah, we're going to be using those. And then the collection also has these little snowflake trinkets, which I didn't use these today because I forgot about them, honestly, but we could end up using them. They're double-sided. They have, well, they're double-sided, but they're flat on one side, and they have a little rhinestone in the middle on the other side. So I think, I don't know if they're all the same. No, they're a little different. There's different ones. So anyway, yeah, I love those too. Hi, Barbara. Good to see you. Hi, Ninju. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, and then one more thing in that set is, I'm not going to take it out of here, but there's white velvet sheets. You get 2 sheets, and they're like the flocked paper. Really pretty white, and I forgot about that too until after I did this, and I was going for sparkle instead of flocking. Okay, so, and then of course that's it for that collection. And then what did I do with my other stamp set we have to have, the star of the show? Hang on. Okay, I buried it. The Bokeh dots. The first card uses this one, and the second card uses this one. Hi, Brianna, how do you say your name? Because I think you're new here, right? At least new in my live. Not that I've had very many. So this is what we're going to be using also. I put in a suggestion to Stampin' Up! A few months ago that they come up with this in full-size background stamps, because I think it would be great for that. Whether they'll do that or not, I don't know. Oh, good. I'm glad you did. Brina. Okay. Thanks, Brina, for clarifying that. Ninja, I hope you have a great day at school when it's time for you to leave. And then a couple other things I used that you'll see throughout is this Stitch Shapes Framelits. These are in the annual catalog 145372, and I used some of the ovals again. That's an extra one I stamped out. I cut out. And then lastly is this, which I've shown before, and I did not use this on the original cards, but I'm going to use it as a background on this one this time, is my favorite, and I know, Paige, it's one of your favorites too. My Stampin' Up! Favorite textured embossing folder is this Subtle Dynamic. It just gives, can you see what it does? It just leaves a little bit of texture, not a whole lot of dimension really, but just a nice texture on the background. I love it. It just adds something to every piece that I've made with it. Okay, so that is the product list, and let me get rid of this for a minute. So I've already cut the paper, but I'm going to give you dimensions and things. The first card, yes, it's a must-have, the Subtle Embossing folder. If you don't get anything else from Stampin' Up!, get that, because that is a great thing to have in your stash. Okay, so I've got all the pieces cut. Let's just go through. This is the card base. It's an 8.5 by 11-inch sheet of paper cut in half. And then, so this is 5.5, and this is 8.5. And then it's scored at 4 1/4. And I've already done the scoring, so I'm just going to go ahead and fold it over, push it down, get my bone folder, which is out of my treat bag punch board. I don't have a regular one. So we're going to just set that aside for a minute. Let me put this back here. Then the next thing we need is 2 white mats like this. And this one will be for the front. We're going to do the Bokeh dot stamping on this. This one's for the inside. Thanks, Ninju. I'm having a great morning so far. I've done exactly what I set out to do so far, and this is just going to get glued down here, which I guess we can do right now. No, I'm going to hold off for a little bit. Let me think. No, I'll glue it down. I'm going to use liquid glue. You can use tape runner if you want to. And this particular glue is not Stampin' Up, but Stampin' Up sells, which I do have also, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. They do sell a fine glue, but they also sell this. And before I got this other glue, which I can't mention, this was my favorite. This and the clear Tombow mono liquid glue, which has a fairly fine tip as well as a broad tip down here, which I have used that for large surfaces if I'm doing like a composition book or something. So anyway, that is that. So let me just go ahead and glue this down. And I love the fine tip bottles, but sometimes they get clogged, like it apparently is now. I just refilled it this morning. So let's see if I can get it. All right. I have a handy dandy little stick pin here that Debbie Vignola gave me, a little one, and I use it to unclog my bottle. Sad to say, but it works. Okay. I think I should be able to get some out now. Yep. Now I'll probably stick my hand in that. By the end of this session, I expect to be navy blue fingers and that kind of thing, because I don't know, I can't seem to work without getting ink all over me. Anybody else have that problem? I try so hard, but anyway, you don't need a whole lot of this glue, which is a good thing. And same with the Tombow, really. And trying to get it straight, which is what I'm really not good at, but that's about as straight as I can get it. It's off center, but oh well. Okay, so this one is where we're going to do the bokeh dots. Oops, and I've already got the star one, this background on the block. This is actually 2 of them, so we're going to stamp it twice and hope we get it sort of centered and even. And this is the Balmy Blue, Stampin' Up. I like it for sky images and things like that. So now this is a rubber stamp, so you don't need a heavy mat or anything under it like you would with polymer, photopolymer. But I have this Stampin' Up pad here, so I just leave it on and keep going. Keep going. I'm actually going to turn the pad over and put the ink to the pad instead, because I think I get better coverage with it that way. Now these in the catalog, if you're not familiar with it, these have a little symbol that, and they're called distinctive stamps. And what that means is you don't have to do a whole lot to make it look 3D. It kind of does it by itself. And I'm hoping I got enough on there. You also don't want your stamp pad to be super juicy. And I have to stand up and just straight down, no rubbing, just press. And if you guys have tips for me, I'd be glad to listen to them. Hi, Jill May. You love navy and white or cream. We're going to be doing, well, both backgrounds are, well, this one is navy. The other one was navy, but I ran out of the, and ta-da. If you see, it looks like stars exploding. You've got texture in the background. And the only thing, I do have a line around it. I don't know how to not get that. But there we have one of them. So let's do it again. And it's okay if you get a little space in between them, because I'm going to put ribbon there and things are going to be covering that up. but it's kind of important to line up the edges. So I'm going to do my best. And again, this is the Balmy Blue Stampin' Up! Ink pad. Yep. I don't know if that's going to be good because I lifted a little bit and went back down. When I first did one of these, yeah, it's a little uneven. What do you think? Should I do it over? Or if I cover it with the ribbon, you think it'll be okay? Have any of you used this stamp pad before, the Bokeh dots? I'm going to clean it real quick on my Stampin' Chamois. Hang on a second, guys. Sorry, I had somebody asking where I was live at. So, anybody still there? Do you think I should do that over? Because it's a little crooked, isn't it? Would you do it over? No. Paige says no. Okay. All right, let me close my ink pad. That's kind of important so they don't dry out. And I got blue on me. Okay. We're going to cover it anyway. We're going to use ribbon, but not yet. We're going to use this polka dot tulle ribbon and go across here, and then there's going to be something else covering this up too. I'm not happy that the edges are a little off, but we'll try it. Okay. What I want to do next is get out my shimmer paint in Frost White, and I filled a Stampin' Up! Mister with about this much alcohol. They say to use the 70-something% alcohol, but I didn't have any. So this is 91% alcohol. Seemed to work fine, but I hear rumor that any more than that, like 99% alcohol, don't use it because it clogs it. So yeah, and all you do, you fill it up about this far with alcohol, and it's I use the isopropyl alcohol. I guess that's the right stuff. I put about 4 or 5 drops. It's really up to you. The more you put in, the more shimmer you get. The less you put in, the less shimmer you get. So what we're going to do, I've already cut out the big snowflake from the set that I showed. And this, guys, this is the oval out of the paper pumpkin. So I'm still using a little bit of the October paper pumpkin that I had left. I didn't have much left, but I had that. Hi, Jerry. I'm glad you could find us. And this little guy, we're going to color. Now, since this is Balmy Blue, I thought, ooh, maybe I have a Balmy Blue Stampin' Blend. But I don't. But I do have a Balmy Blue Stampin' Right. And I'm going to use the brush end of that and just go over this and color it. Because this will be our center snowflake. How are you, Jerry? Not too many with us this morning. We have Jill May, Stamp Girl, who is Paige. We had Brandy, but I think she's gone. And we had Ninju, but I think she's gone. And we have Brina. All right. So, and I don't mind if it's, I'm just going to do the one side too. I don't mind if the white shows through on this a little bit. And a little more coverage here. Now these are dye-based markers, dye ink-based markers, just like the ink pads. The blends are alcohol markers. So this one is a dye-based ink, and I got this as part of a set called Many Marvelous Markers in the catalog, which has just about every color under the rainbow, all the current Stampin' Up colors. Okay. Nope. This end link needs a little more. Right there. And there. Let me just turn it around and look. Okay. Good enough. Now, this old piece of paper is coming in handy because I am going to spray this, this, and this. Oops. I have a little bend there. You have to be careful. These are very fragile. Actually, I almost broke that one, which would have been a disaster. I'm going to actually open this up, and you'll see old stamping because I want to shield things behind it from the spray. I'll just sort of stand them here. So again, I'm using the Mr. Hi, Polly. Hi, Melissa. Melissa is Night Fear, guys, and Polly, obviously. So this again is the Frost White shimmer paint. It's in the holiday catalog. There's 4 colors. This is one of them, and it has a little ball in there to shake it up. Make sure you shake it good. And what I did again is I put about this much alcohol in, and then I put about 5 or 6 little drops in. I'm doing really well, Polly. Thank you. And you? Make sure you don't point it towards yourself. Yeah, that could be a little disastrous, especially if you don't have any glasses on like me right now. I don't have my glasses on. So I'm going to spray the card, and you don't need a whole lot. And you're not going to probably be able to see it real well, but it adds a very nice shimmer there. Maybe you can see some of it. So it's definitely frosted. I don't know. There we go. So we have frosted snowflakes. Now I have to let that dry. So let's see. What else can we do? While that's drying, let me take these off. Get rid of this for the moment. I'm going to take this oval that came out of the paper pumpkin, and I don't like the white edge showing on that. So again, I'm just going to take my Night of Navy Stampin' Write marker, and I'm going to go around the edges, just like you were inking or distressing something, you know, with your other inks that you might have that I can't mention. Same way. The brush end works really well to do this. I mean, really, we could use the white also, but I want the navy to show. Okay, and I think what we'll do while this is drying is we'll get our card base back, because I don't want to turn the heat gun on if I can avoid it. Way too noisy. And hope that I can get the sentiment stamped well. So we're going to use Night of Navy for the sentiment. That would be pretty, Melissa. I think that would be great. Embossed snowflakes. And I actually thought of that last night too. I have a different snowflake set that I want to use and try that with too. That other than, well, these would be pretty with it too. But forgive my dirty block. I actually washed it, and I don't know what is on it, but I'm going to have to soak it in some dishwater. So I'm stamping. This is out of the... oh goodness, what is it? For those of you that missed it, this is out of the Snow is Glistening Stamp Set that will be available to you November 1st through November 30th. It's number 149742, and I'm using the Sending a Blizzard of Wishes for a Wonderful Season sentiment and hoping I get it on straight. Looks like it's inked up pretty good. I have to stand up to do this and not put it upside down. I've done that before. Usually, guys, I stamp my sentiment before I glue it down, just in case. So we're going to hope it comes out okay. Whew! Yay! And then I'm going to close my ink and wipe my stamp off on my Stampin' Chamois. I think that's what it's called. It's in the Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. And I just have it in an extra Stampin' Up! Stamp case, the regular size. Okay. So that's cleaned pretty well because we're going to use that again on the next card too. All right, let's see how dry these other things are. Pretty good. Good enough to keep going, I think. So now I have my little tulle ribbon. You're welcome, Jerry. Doesn't a dirty block mean it is well used? Yes, it means it's well loved. I use it a lot. That actually, you know, that's true. Let me show you just while that's still drying a little. These are my, as regular stamp block goes, these are my favorite sizes. These are Stampin' Up! Blocks. They're lettered. This is D. This one is C. This one is B. And this little teeny one is A. And I actually have another one that I like. And that's this long one because skinny sentiments fit on this. And this is G. Now that said, I also really like my Stamparatus. Have you guys seen this? This is really nice. Hi, Sandra. Thanks for coming over. I love this. So unlike some of them, it has open space on either end, on two ends. And this comes off easily. Well, I say that, I'm holding it up in the air. And you can flip it over. So you can actually have stamps on both sides for your, and then also it has another, it comes with a second door so you can have more stamps on it to come down. So I don't really need that for what I'm doing here, but that is, I probably, usually I do it for the sentiments because the sentiments I have trouble getting on straight, and yeah, sometimes I need to do them more than once. All right, so we're going to put our ribbon on, and I'm going to cut a piece. I have to use these big scissors to cut the ribbon. I'm going to cut it a little longer. On the first card, I did not do that. I cut it right to size, but I'm going to wrap it around the back, and I actually got a little bit too much. Right where that white space is. And then I'm just going to take a piece of regular old Scotch tape, or whatever brand of tape, and stick it on there. You can use glue dots. That would work too. I have tried using tape runner. I don't find that they work. They don't hold it as well. But I do think I'm going to put a couple little glue dots there. Oops. There in the middle to hold the front down a little bit. And to do that, I'm going to use my tool. But I'm going to undo the pokey. This is the Take Your Pick tool. Hi, Donna. Thanks for coming by. I'm going to use the flat end and scoop off one or two of these, hopefully. Yeah, stick them down underneath there. I should have done that first, but that's just how I roll. Hindsight's 20/20. And then I have to try and pick the label off, which is starting to come off okay. This is why I don't have nail polish usually, because, or not good nail polish, because I usually destroy it after putting it on. But anyway, there we go. So that is Take Your Pick tool. And I had the other end in, guys, because doing these intricate snowflakes, you really, this one's not so bad, but some of the little ones have little tiny things, and the pick really helps poke them out, like here. So, yep. Thank you, Donna. Okay, so we got that done. Now the next thing is we're going to put our snowflake onto here. And I'm going to use wet glue again. And I have this, you know, fine tip bottle, which is not a Stampin' Up bottle, by the way. They do have a fine tip glue, however. It's the kind you have to stick the little pin down in the other stem, and my eyes are just not really good enough to do that. I'm not gluing all the way out because it's going to stick off this oval, so I'm just gluing enough to get it hopefully centered. Does that look centered? Yeah, I think so. Good enough. We're going for it. So we're going to push that down. And then I'm going to glue this one in the center. Yes, Sandra, it's a die. I showed it earlier, but I'll bring it out again. Hang on. Oops. If I can find it. I buried it already. Okay, where are you? Here you are. This is, it's a new set, Snowfall Thinlit dies. They're going to be available starting November 1 through November 30th only. And the number on these is 149692. It's Stampin' Up. There it is right there. Snowfall Thinlits. There's a whole snowflake showcase right now, and this is the stamp set I'm using, which is also part of that, 149742. So these will be available to you starting November 1st. And there's another one that goes with it, which I'm not using today. I'll save that for the next time, maybe. 149744. This one's more all year round, more floral looking, but the same die set works with it. So I love this die set. I have extras in here. There's the big one. And I believe the center one I'm using is this one here. It's beautiful. I love the whole set. And this flourish is gorgeous too. Yeah, it's beautiful. So next Thursday, come shop with me if you don't already have a demonstrator, and these will be available to you. Unless you want to sign up to be a demonstrator, then they're available to you now. Hi, Joy. Joey. Is it Joey or Joy? Let me know. Or what is your real name if that's not it? This one I'm going to put little dabs of glue on all the main tips. Now there is another snowflake set. I think it's called Blizzard or something like that in the holiday catalog. All right, just trying to get this so the points are sort of in that space there. There we go. Pretty good. Yep, a little crooked. Little tiny bit. There we go. So there's that. Let me close my glue because that will dry. And then let's bring this back over. And I think what I'm going to do is glue this down to the front of the card first. Thank you, Paige. I hope did I miss anybody or anything? It's Joey. Okay, thank you, Joey. I apologize if I did. I'm so busy making my card. The next one's going to take a little bit longer. So I'm kind of zooming through this one. I tried to have everything pre-cut, and I will put all the dimensions of the cardstock and things down below. When the video is done live, you know, when it goes up as a regular video. This is my hardest thing, really is, getting things on straight. So there we are. Now this one I don't want to just glue down. I'm going to just use dimensionals, Stampin' dimensionals. These are actually out of the Paper Pumpkin, one of the Paper Pumpkin kits. But they come like 3 or 4 sheets in a pack. I see this color wasn't quite dry because the oval's taking up some of it. Hi, Tina. Thanks for coming over. I think 4 is enough. Now, I watched somebody do push down in the middle and then the little piece comes up for them, but nah, too much for me. Maybe I don't push hard enough, but I'm afraid I'll bend my paper. So this is when your pick tool comes in handy, I guess. Come on. There we go. I think. There we go. So I tend not to do that. Hi, Crafty Mom 15. I apologize. My memory's bad. I don't remember your real name. Yes, Tina does have a beautiful craft room. Tina, you need to join Sybil B's challenge and show us things. Okay, then the last thing we're going to do is center this, hopefully, on the ribbon. I'm using my little snowflake points as a guide, so hopefully they're on straight. And there we are. So there is the first card. There's the first one I did. You can tell a little bit that this is a little off on there, but not too much. And then here's the inside. And what I did here, I didn't tell you, is I needed the little snowflakes in the set for the next card, which I didn't know at the time. But I just cut my mat to size, and then I just put these in one corner, ran it through back and forth. I actually ran it through back and forth twice. So to make sure, because the little intricate ones, and I don't have a big shot. I have a vintage big kick. So yeah, and then I flipped it over and did this end. So I have 4 little snowflakes that I used in the next card, and you'll see that in a minute. And this says, sending a blizzard of wishes for a wonderful season. So there's my first card, done. The reason this is a little bit bluer also is because I didn't have the balmy blue, like I mentioned, Stampin' blend. So I used Pool Party, and then I didn't like it, so I went over it with my Stampin' Right in balmy blue, and it made it more a different color. So thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, I like classy. Okay, Donna, I'll talk to you soon. Take care of those kiddos. So the second card is this one. And how are we doing for time? Okay, hang on. Okay. This is a trifold, but what I did is I put a piece on the front, and then I put a little magnet under here and here. So that front part closes, because it just was like popping up too much, and I didn't care for that. And I also used the big snowflakes in here. Now, when I did this one, Stampin' Up! Has paper called Shimmer White. And so you wouldn't have to spritz it. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it on here, but the paper on both sides, mostly on the first side, has shimmer on it already. I don't think you're going to be able to see it. But I used that, and it glistens like spraying it. But I'm going to go ahead and spray it instead this time, because I think it actually gives it more glimmer. This is the snowflake spray I showed you earlier. So this now the one we're going to do is not going to be in navy, because I didn't have any more of the navy background paper. This is the Designer Series paper for the neutral colors that you can get, and it comes, let me show it to you. It's 6x6 paper. It comes like this, and they have it for every color family. So you get all your neutrals. That was Mary Merlot. There's the navy, and I had the one with the sort of tone on tone, but I didn't want that. So we're going to use Smoky Slate and see how it comes out, which is a gray. I thought snowflakes and gray might go together, but I don't know. We'll see. And then we can decide which one we like best. So let me get my papers and I'll give you measurements. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Virginia. I think you're new here too, right? I'm glad you like that. We're going to do it together. Okay, let me get my instruction sheet. And like I said, I'll put all the dimensions and things down below when after this goes as a regular video. Hi, the cutting board. My chat just went bye-bye. Oh, there it comes. Ah, it keeps going away. Just went away again. Come back. Come back. Anyway, I hope you're all still there. There we go. What'd I miss? The cutting board. Hello. Yes, gray and white goes good. Oh, Virginia, are you the cutting board? Oh, no, Virginia Pierce. I'm sorry. I'm bad with names, guys, so please forgive me for that. Oh, I'm glad you're learning. That's good. That's good. That's what I'm here to do. Okay, so the first thing you need is a piece of 12 by 12 paper, and you're going to cut it down to 12 by 5.5. So it's 5.5 this way, 12 this way. And then you're going to score it at, and I can't do this on screen. That's why I've already done it, because my cutting and scoring piece is too big to put here. So this is at 1 3/4, 4 3/4, and 7 3/4. So I'm just going to bend them now to make our base, hopefully, and find my this thing. So that one goes that way, and this one goes back, and then this one goes like this. So there we have the main part of the card, and this again is Smoky Slate, which is my favorite gray out of the Stampin' Up! Grays. They have a basic gray, which is very dark, and then they have a gray granite, which has a little more tan in it, I think, where this has a little more blue in it. So that's why I like it. Okay, then what we needed was also a white mat, for in back here. And that is going to be 5 1/4 inches tall by 4 inches wide. It's like your regular, what you do for a regular inner card mat. And then we had designer paper mats that we had to cut. So I have 2 pieces that are, let me see, 1 5/8 wide by 5 3/8 tall. And that goes here and here. And then I kind of messed one of these up. The one's a little bit smaller, so I'll put it on the underneath side. These are supposed to be 2 3/4 inch this way by 5 3/8 inch this way. They're all going to be 5 3/8 except one. So this one is a little bit skinnier. See, I cut it a little too short. And then the last piece is going to go on top, oops, the white. And I cut that at 3 3/4 because I have some, and actually, see, I have to cut this down by 5 inch. So, and I think I have this at 5 3/8 like all the other ones. I do. So let me quickly trim that down to 5. Okay, let me see. Dawn. I see a name, Dawn. Oh, is that your name? Cutting board is Dawn. Okay, hi, Dawn. Hi, Joy. Yes, how about that? I did something right. I was in Target yesterday, and I had on this nail polish and earrings that match, and a sort of an outer sweater because it's kind of cold around here right now. That matched, and she said, "Is that your favorite?" The checkout girl said, "Is that your favorite color?" And I said, "Well, turquoise and teal, yes." She said, "Because you just match perfectly." Okay, there's what I wanted. Wanted to be a little smaller and shorter on the edges. So there we have it. Now let me think here. I already pre-cut all the pieces, so I think I'm going to go ahead and glue these all down before I go any further. So let's just do that. And I like the polka dots because I thought it looked like snow falling. Can you see they're polka dotted just like the navy? Hey Jan, thanks for coming over. How are you? Happy Thursday to you too. Thursday is one of my favorite days of the week because I don't usually have to go anywhere on Thursday. So I'm going to try and get this on so that it's sort of centered on here again, but it's real close to the top and bottom because this glue that I'm using that I can't name dries really fast. Now, one of the things I did on here is I did put little magnets in, and I ended up putting them under these circles. I think I'm going to do the same, but the reason I did that is because I didn't put it on under this mat, and I think I'm going to just do it the same way this time because I'm kind of lazy that way, I guess. And I've never used magnets before. This is for the first time. So good, but been really busy, yeah, with the kids at school and doctors and stuff. And all the projects you're doing. Oh my goodness, girl, I don't know how you get everything done. I think I'd be pulling my hair out if I had as much to do as you do, Jan. So this part's the boring part where I'm just, you know, putting all the pieces on. After Halloween, you'll be doing a lot more crafting stuff. Oh, good. I'll have to try and remember that and come watch some more. Everybody subscribe to each other if you're not already. And I lost chat. Now, here's the tricky thing, too, is sort of getting these lined up next to each other, too, so they look right. I have to stand up, guys. Over a little bit, Deb. Oop. A little higher. There we go. A little over. Close enough. Rub it down. Close enough. And then this one, you could alternate these, but I like the snowflakes better with the snowflakes on top, the dots. Special effects makeup. Wow. Are you in like theater or movies? Or just for Halloween? Oops. I'm missing some of the conversation. I'll be there in a sec. Virginia said, Thursday's my last work day of this week. So your weekend starts every Friday. So Thursday's your favorite day also. Oh, cool. I'm retired before I should be. Hi, Larry. I don't recognize your name, but welcome. And forgive me if you've been there. Hi, Sherry. Okay, the magnets I used, Sparkling Char told me about these. They're, and I forget where I got them. They're called Basic Gray. They're by Basic Gray. And they're just called magnetic disc small magnets, and they come 22 a pack. I got them online, but I can't remember if it was Amazon or like Blitzy or somewhere like that. I'll have to look and see, and I'll try, if I remember, I'll try to put the link where I got them below the video also. They're not Stampin' Up. They're not. They're one of, that and the glue I'm using are the only two things that aren't Stampin' Up here. Everything else is. They're really thin magnets. When you look at the package, it's puffed up a lot, and I thought, wow, they're going to be too big, you know, too deep. But no, they're just thin little slivers, and they're marked on the label inside, you know, which is the plus and the minus thing, so you know which ones to use. And I almost got that wrong when I was doing this the first time, but I caught it. Okay. Now let's try and get this. Is got to be centered somewhat. Okay. And then let's see. Yeah, I just left some of the white under it. Sorry, I'm off camera. I'm just gluing. Just gluing. Oops. I have this camera stand. It's like a unipod, but it has these flat legs that go out like this, and they're under my mat, and it makes the two ends curl up. I bought one that connects onto the desk, but I don't have room to stick it on the other side of my desk, so I got that crooked, didn't I? Yes, I did. I'm not going to rip it up because it's going to tear the paper. Okay, this glue dries really fast. Okay, so now let me think here. Which do we want to do first? I think we'll do the Bokeh dot. This is the piece. Okay, here's what I did. This is the original card. This is a piece of Night of Navy cardstock. This one I had left over from my last live. It's that galvanized metallic paper. And I ran it through that favorite subtle dynamic textured impressions embossing folder that I love, 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 love. Favorite one. So I thought we'd use that. I thought it went okay with this. And then the Bokeh dots are going to be on this little piece in front of it. Just gives it a little added something, something. So we're going to go for that. I'm going to stamp the Bokeh dots next. So let me change this one out and put the other one in. And I don't know if it'll show up as good this time because it's going to be a lighter color, but we'll see. We'll try it. Okay, let me get this out of the way. And I'm going to bring my scrap paper up here because I don't want to get ink on my nice new piece of paper. Hi, Kathleen. I'm glad you could make it, hon. How's your mom doing? Okay. Here again, I'm going to do it stamp pad to the stamp. The Bokeh dots, oh, I started to say that they call them distinctive, which makes them look 3D. If you see a little symbol like a Medal of Honor kind of thing in the catalog, it says DIST Inktive. That's what these are. These are one of those kinds of stamps, and it makes things look 3D without you having to double or triple stamp. So I really like that because I'm a little lazy and that's easy. I think also what I'm going to do this time, and I didn't do this the last time, but I cut the paper sort of to size. So I'm going to lay it down this way and then just rub and hope that it works. Something a little different. And I'm getting ink all over me. All right, I'll have to get a baby wipe out. Okay. I like the navy better. And I didn't quite get it on the edge, but maybe I can just trim that. Who did I miss? Larry. I think I said hello to everybody. If I didn't say hello to you, I apologize. And I'm just going to wipe this off with the baby wipe too while I'm here. Even though I have my Stampin' Chamois sitting right next to me, my mouse is on it, so I don't want to move it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to trim this, guys. And I think it's kind of dull. So I think I'm going to spray it with the other snowflakes and things. So let's go ahead and do that next. For those of you that might have missed the first spraying. Oops, sorry. Let me get the snowflakes out. I'm going to spray them all. Well, most of them. All the ones that are die-cut snowflakes. And we have a lot of them on this one. See all these snowflakes? Lots of them. It's a blizzard. That's what it is. It's a blizzard. which I'm happy to have that on. I even have some cut out of the coordinating paper. And let's see. If you hear hammering in the background, that's my neighbors. They're building an addition or something on their house. And they just started hammering outside. I hope you don't hear that. You'll have to check it out. This weekend for an extra special. Yes, I love that snowflake flurry too. Okay, so we are going to spray. And I'm putting this here because I don't want to get it all over everything else on my desk. Oops, which it might anyway. I have too much stuff on my desk right now. All right, we're going to go for it. Okay. I'm trying not to spray meat also. And this again is the shimmer paint mixed with alcohol. It's the shimmer paint in Frost White. And I think that's about it. And I don't know what I do with the cap. Here it is. Okay. Yes, it's a good, well, it's a good time of year if you hurry because it's already getting down in freezing. And I imagine pretty soon we'll be in the below freezing. And I don't think I need to put shimmer on anything else for now. Okay. Let me move these off. I'm going to trim this little piece down a little bit once it's a little drier. So these are all shimmery now. And we'll put the easy ones on first. And then we have some stamping and things to do and magnets and things. So, okay. And then I can get rid of this for now. Okay. Okay, next thing, I'll just trim this. I'm just going to use scissors and cut that line. I don't like that line. Or this line. I think I like the navy better. What do you think? And maybe just a strip here. Well, I don't want to cut the side too much because I need it to be able to put the magnet on the back, but maybe I'll put that over on this side towards the bottom and cover it with a little, yeah, because it'll have a snowflake over there. So I'll do that. Yeah, I like the Night of Navy as well. But, yeah, well, it's close. It's close. And I do like this background here. So I guess I can do that next. I'll glue that down onto there. Definitely, guys, whenever you're gluing on, or gals, I should say, use wet glue when you're gluing onto textured things because your strips and things won't, or your snail runners and things, they won't hold on the texture as well. And your cards will fall apart. I tried it once a while back and it, yeah, nope, doesn't work. Okay. The grid paper is nice to have too, which is in the annual catalog too, just to help you hopefully get things straight. And again, that piece was part of the galvanized metallic paper that's in the holiday catalog. And I ran it through the subtle texture embossing folder. I think it'll be pretty too, Polly, especially with this shiny on it now. Okay. And then before I put any snowflakes on that, let's start adhering some of our other ones. And let's see what we want to do. We want to put the big one back here. You can find the big one. Making sure I get the glittery, sparkly. Can you see the sparkle on that at all? There, a little bit maybe. I don't know. Somebody just said hello, Deb, and my chat just disappeared. Hello, whoever you are. And this one, I'm going to take it all the way out to the edges and get most of it touched up with a bit of glue. Come on, chat, come back. So I made these cards yesterday morning. I was kind of on a roll, and I thought, you know what, I'll just do my live today and show you all how to do it, because I thought they came out pretty good for me. I'm still learning, you know, I'm fairly new at card making and paper crafting. I really just started paper crafting at all in January of last year. And I did that with Misty Blackburn, who's on here as Crafty Impressions on a Whim or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jerry, or anybody else. Anyway, we met through jewelry. We both make jewelry, okay? And so we met through jewelry, and but we were both starting to get into paper crafting. And she was like, would anybody want to exchange pocket letters with me? And I said, I'll try it. I never made one before, but I'll try. And she said, okay. So that began my journey. And she did videos before that for her jewelry and stuff. And I had never done a YouTube video at all, ever in my life. I just watched YouTube. And but I thought it's not fair to her if she does a video showing what I made her and I don't do one showing hers. So that was my very first video in January 2017, was showing off the video, the pocket letter that Misty made for me. And that's the story, and I'm sticking with it, and here I am today. Thank you, Sandra. Thanks for coming by. You have a wonderful day, too. Thank you, Barbara. Sorry, I missed your comment earlier. 7 more, and then you are a real YouTuber, according to your 11-year-old. Why are you at? What are you at then, Melissa, for 7 more? Okay, guys. Let's put our little spray on this way. That's the glittered side, so we'll do this one. Flourish, I guess is the right word, not spray. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I have a tendency to mumble, I'm told. Oh, thanks, Melissa. You're so sweet. You really are. I don't know. Some of my in-person friends would disagree. They're like, what do you do that for? Crafting is for people that don't have enough other stuff to do. I'm like, I like it. It relaxes me. It's fun. I get to see pretty things. I get to see pretty things other people make too. And now I'm starting to maybe get a little bit of money from it too, which would be really nice since I'm retired before I should be and living off savings. Anyway, yeah. I'm fortunate, though, that I'm able to do that. So there's the inside almost. We're not quite done. Let's go to the other side here. Now, did I do a scallop? Yes, we have to do a little stamping. I did stamp out. The stamp set has stamps that go with the dies as well. So I already stamped these 3 out to put on this part. And I'll do that in a minute. I think I want to do the stamping on the scallop first. And then we'll do the magnets. And then we'll do the rest of these snowflakes glued on. And then we'll go back and do the stamping in the back and the front. Non-crafters don't understand us. That is for sure. Hi, Kat. Thanks for coming by. Are you at work? Oh, you have to be 500 to be a real? Okay. Well, I think you're real as you are. Thanks, Jan and Jerry, also for saying that. Okay, so let me get my little Joy stamp. I put other stamps on here that I needed. This is out of the same stamp set. It just says Joy. And normally I would say to you, I have a little piece of paper or something stuck on there. Sorry. I would say to you, stamp on your paper before you punch. But since it's a circle, the worst I think I can do is get it off center a little bit. And I'm okay with that because I'm going to fill it up with little tiny snowflakes afterwards. Okay, so let me get my slate. Smoky slate. Smile is the new color. Hello. And good morning to you too. Who else? Did I miss anybody else? Yeah, I think the gray's looking okay. I kind of figured it would be like a stormy sky. The only thing I don't like about the gray is I can barely see that I have the ink on my stamp good. I might have it along too much, but anyway, we're going to try it. Okay, here goes. Boop. Give it a good press. Lift. Not perfect, but it's going to do. I probably should do sentiments always on my Stamparatus because, yeah, just to make sure I get it good. The navy, I was a once and done, and I loved it. Okay, now what we're going to do, and I'm going to bring in a different, smaller piece of scrap paper, is we're going to stamp off tone on tone. And I'm going to use that, I think I'm going to use that same stamp. Yeah, that should work. This is like a little snow flourish that came in the same set. And it's already stained. Photopolymer and some of the colors like reds and navy stain your stamps no matter what. All right, so even though I've already stamped the word on here, I'm going to stamp off twice and then stamp on. Oops, I got it right on the word that time. Stamp off twice on, just to get a little background, except it's in the foreground, which is okay. It's a snow flurry blizzard. That is pretty. I'm not real happy with that. Okay, flipping it over. Don't waste your paper. All right, I'm only going to stamp off once and do it now. Well, actually, it's pretty late anyway. I just want a little background. But I didn't like it over the joy the way it was. Okay, looks like it has the measles. Let me leave that open actually. Clean this off a little bit. Bye, Tina. Thanks for coming. Start dinner. I'm coming to your house. It must be a good meal. Have a good day. Yes. Thank you for coming. Okay, Joy is coming back on my stamp. And I'm going to try and really get it darker. I'm going to test it. And actually, you know what? I pushed down so hard, I got it around the edges of the stamp block. And I'm pretty good about taking that off, even if I have to restamp. In fact, I think I'm going to. Because I don't want a line showing up. All right, we're going to try it. Push down hard. Hope it works. Can't see. All right, well, I guess I'll go with it. I really definitely like the navy better as far as the words and stuff. I could use black. What do you think? Should I switch it to black words and make them show up better? Okay, who is Charisse? Jan, did you see Left-Handed Crafter Brandy's comment? Her name is Charisse. I missed you. I'm sorry. Ah, it just disappeared. You love the tone on tone. I could use darker gray. Looks good as it is. All right, I'm going with it. That'll be for another card. Okay, now did I pop that up? I don't think so. No. All right, I'm going to just put it on here. I think I would prefer darker gray too, but or black, maybe darker gray. I don't know. It'll be all right. I have a little bit of perfectionist in me, in case you didn't notice. All right. Now these I did not spritz. We'll go ahead and put them on next before we do the magnet. This one, I want to make sure shows when I put the front on. So the base will be here. And I'm taking longer than an hour. I had a feeling I would because this card is a little bit more to it. Oh, now they're sawing wood. That's okay. Their house is starting to look really nice. So, all right. And I am also going to go ahead and put the other ones on that we sprayed. Let's see. 2. There should be a bigger one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, guess we used... No, I should have 2 gray ones, too. I think I lost some snowflakes. All right, I'm going to glue this gray one onto a circle. Combine the blue on the gray on the next one? Maybe. Yeah, I just didn't have any more of the navy blue dotted paper. And now I don't have any more of this color gray. I do have a darker gray. Maybe the darker gray with the navy would be pretty. That would work. All right, I have to figure out what happened to my other snowflakes. They went missing. Oh, here's one of them. Maybe they're all under here. No. Well, let me check the floor in a minute. Oh, shoot. I didn't want to do that. Ah. Okay. Look under these pieces. I may have to die cut another snowflake or two. Because I'm missing a gray one and I'm missing a white one. Well, we'll put the ones on that we have. I may have to do that though. Amazing how things disappear when you had them all right here. All right, this one goes up here. And then this one goes at the bottom, and the middle one is missing. Thanks, Brandy, for coming in. Hope everything goes well at Nicholas's appointment. I'll be thinking about you again. Okay. This looks bare because this is where the first magnet's going to go. And I'll just go ahead and get those out and figure that out. You lose stuff all the time. It was just here. I'm sure it's on the floor somewhere, or I don't know. I probably sat a paper down and it went poof somewhere. Beats me. But I'll have to find it. But anyway, for now, we'll do one part of the magnet. See how they have little pluses and minuses on them? So I know I need one of each. And that's the plus. And here's the minus. And we'll do the minus first since I already glued that. If I can get it out. Where's my pokey tool? Pokey tool. It'll probably stick to that, right? Yeah. Wow, they're really in there, guys. Watch it go flying too. There we go. I think I got it. I think I got it. I should have had that out first too. And now I can't even see the plus sign one. I didn't. I'm losing it. Sorry, guys. Kind of a mess. Where did it go? Probably stuck onto something else. Okay. I am going to, first of all, I need the other one. So I have to see which part. This, I think, goes down. Yes. Yes. All right. I'm going to try and center it right about there. And then I'm going to glue this over it and hope that I did that right. Then I have to struggle and get another plus side out because I don't know what happened to that one. I tried putting this up on dimensionals, but the dimensionals are actually thicker than the magnets and it didn't work. And I don't know what happened to the other magnet, so I need a different one. But that's all right, we're not there yet anyway. All right, and I have 4 magnets. I mean 4. I guess I'll just use a different snowflake because I think I maybe cut the wrong size. But I am missing one anyway. I'll just use a small one instead of a big, bigger one. Okay. Now we're ready to do the front. The front. I do have to cut one more gray snowflake out, but we'll do that in a minute. We have to do more stamping, guys. And I even cut 2 of these out because I wasn't sure if I'd mess it up. All right, on the front we have the same sentiment, sending a blizzard of wishes for a wonderful season, and I made it into a banner. So that's still on here. So let me get my ink back out. I think I'm going to get my basic gray out for this. I'm just not feeling the light. Oh, you had a shop? Oh, that's cool. An actual physical shop? Let me see if I can find gray, basic gray. Oh, tell me I don't have basic gray. I know I do. Where is my basic gray? Oh, there it is. Okay, we're going to use basic gray and see how that looks. And if I don't like that, I'll switch back and go to the gray smoky slate. Okay, I'll move this over a little bit since my mat is sort of twisted. And again, I encourage you to stamp first before you cut your paper, but I had an extra strip, so I'm just using what I have. I use my scraps for cutting out the snowflakes and stuff too, as much as I can. All right, and again, I got it on the block up here, the ink, so I'm wiping it off. All right, let's see, and we want it over towards this end. Turned out okay. I think that'll work. All right, let me put this away for a minute. I'm going to go with that. It's a little bit darker than the smoky slate. Let me clean my stamp. We're going to need one more stamping in the back in a little bit. All right, now what I did is I cut that down, and I think I'm going to have to trim just a little bit off of my snips before I even put it in this gadget. What am I missing? You're a scrap hoarder? Me too. Honey Frog Beads. Oh, that's a cool name. Honey Frog. That's different. Too bad Brandy left already because she loves frogs. Oops. Yay. All right. Now, I think I'm going to have to trim that a little bit. Let me get my card. And then this. This is going to go over a little bit. I want it to be even with this edge here, not necessarily this one here in the front because of the magnet issue. So this doesn't matter if it goes all the way across though. And that is going to go in the middle. That has to be cut down. And again, I want this to be, I have to trim a little bit off both sides. So let me get my punch out again. Stick it in. This is the triple banner punch. I have to make sure not to get too much off this side. And then I'm just going to snip a little bit off the other edge and hope I get it straight. Because I can't usually cut a straight line for anything, even if it's drawn on paper first. Hi, Margaret, you made it. I wasn't sure. Okay, we've got a good representation. Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Missouri. Although I had a boss from Missouri and he told me it's not Missouri, it's Missouri. That's how he said it, Missouri. Florida, Iowa, I'm in Pennsylvania. Was it you or Joanne that liked flamingos? I know somebody else that likes flamingos. It's Mom and Anna. I can't remember the full name of their channel. Okay, this will work if I glue it down with the points. I'm gonna trim just a tiny bit more off, just a tiny smidge. Okay. Oops. Is this too slow for you guys? Because I can't move much faster. I'm gonna come down a little bit so that snowflake shows. And I cut it crooked. How about that? Yeah, that's me. That's about as straight as she's going to get. All right, I am going to glue this right about here. I'm going to hold her with one hand and do it with the other one. I'm going to glue one end down and then the other. I don't think I bumped that up. No, I didn't want it too dimensional there. And then we're going to take some of our tiny snowflakes and glue them on the corners here. And they have been spritzed with the spritz spray, the Frost White shimmer spray that I made. So the first card was a really pretty easy one compared to this. This has a little more to it. But it's fun. I enjoy it. I'm not too good at all these fancy folds that everybody does. I'm sure I could do them. I just haven't done them yet. You had ordered somewhat for David's challenge. Oh, the flamingos. Oops. Don't want to glue the wrong side. Okay. So there's that little piece that will go here. And we can go ahead and put that down now as well. And I think I had a little tip of that hidden too, lined up there. So this is a little tricky because you only want the glue to go from here. So I'm going to put a little, attempt to put a little pencil mark under here. Hope that I did it. And then glue only this side. And I can see it right there. So I'm only going to put the glue there. The gray is so pretty. You know, I never used to really be a gray person, but since I'm turning gray, I don't know. No, I don't know. My tastes have changed, and I really think it's classy looking. Just doesn't look good on me next to my skin tone. So, all right, now let me make sure I get this right. Put it up against this edge. And there we have it. Remember, this is the galvanized metallic paper, and I just have run it through the subtle textured embossing folder. A little bit crooked. That's my story of my life. Then before we do the rest, I'm going to go ahead and bring in something else. These were, yes, I've only been with Stampin' Up! Since July 2nd. Yeah, I really like the galvanized paper too. July 2nd I started. Hi, Nix. Glad you could make it. I did the bokeh dots, so you'll have to rewatch if you haven't been here for a while. I used 2 different ones. This was the first card, and I stamped it twice, and this is in balmy blue color. And then this one I did in navy as the card I showed. This is the one with the actual dots. And I like it in the navy. I'm sort of on it on the gray, but I didn't have any more of the navy paper, so I had to use something different. I like the gray. It's looking classy, I think. Anyway, I'm bringing in these Santa's Workshop enamel shapes. Has little, they look like they have glossy accents or something on them. They're puffy a little bit, but they're like color underneath and clear. And I did put some of those on. Let's just put the card down away. Here and here and over here. So let me get those. Luckily, I have 3 big ones left, and that's what I need. I just put one here as an embellishment and a little one. Usually I glue these down too, but for the sake of time, I'm just not going to do it right now. Because although these, I will say the sticky on these is pretty good, but I just don't trust it, you know. So did I miss one? Yes, I missed one in this corner of the inner piece. Right here. Okay. Oops. Now I'm throwing stuff. Okay, so let's see what we have to fix. You've been in 6 years? Wow, that's pretty long. Is Misty my upline? Yes, Misty is my direct upline, and then someone named Leafa Porter is above her, but I don't really hear much about her. And then my upline is Dina Ricow, and she's been with Stampin' Up! For 20 years. She is amazing, and I'm learning a lot, and I'm taking training from her right now on, she offered a training course, so I'm taking that too. And it's been informative. Yeah, 20, yeah, I think might be more than 20 years or something. I don't know. It's real close to 20 years if it's not 20 years. And she's just about at her $1 million sales mark, which is like, wow, phenomenal. I won't hit that in my lifetime because I don't know that I have 20 years left in me, but we'll see, you know, because I'm in my 60s already. So anyway, okay, so we're missing a couple things. We're missing the piece that goes here, which I'll go ahead and get a magnet out and put it on, and then I have to punch another gray snowflake like that to put on, but I'll do that later. And I had the other magnet out, and of course I lost it. And then we have to do just a couple other little things, and then we'll be done, guys. We're getting there. So, oh, that's probably what happened to it, because this one just about jumped over to another one. Now let me put this Okay, so that's how I want it. I'm going to take that off, the sticky, and put this on, because it doesn't matter which side. And then I'm going to put, if I can find my glue on here. Oops, sliding off. And then I'm going to close this, and it should hopefully go onto that back of that part. Your magnets, and yes, I think that's what just might have happened. So I have to look and see if I have a double one in there, because, yep, you know, you're right. Here it is. I was on the back part, so I'll just stick that one back in there. Thank you for that, Larry. Okay, and there we have, oh gosh, I did it wrong. Oh my God, I did it wrong. That was silly, huh? All right, I need a new circle. That's not a big deal, except that this is stuck onto here. I need a new circle. I have to have at least one mess up. That's how I roll. Okay, sorry. I'm learning. This is the first time I ever, well, second time. Yesterday was the first time I ever used magnets. Okay, I put the paper on the wrong side, but maybe I can just go like that. I'll do that. Put that back down and then glue the other part to it. That'll strengthen it anyway, right? Put that down, and then we'll glue this on top. That was silly. See, I get confused with stuff like that. Now watch, it won't match up, right? Yep. Pretty good. And I will have a snowflake on top there. No, I still think I have it wrong. Anyway, that, oh, there it goes. It's sort of, I don't know, I might have done something wrong there. Then on the inside, skipping by that, we still have to stamp. Merry Christmas to you. Now see what I did here? I cut these ovals, but I cut, oops, I'm showing you like to the screen. I cut the edge off, and I actually think I want to cut a little more off first, but I have to stamp this first. And I did cut out 2 ovals just in case I get this messed up. So let me get the other words out of the stamp set, because I don't have them out yet. And this is, again, the Snow is Glistening Photopolymer Stamp Set, available to you guys November 1 to November 30th, unless you're a demonstrator, in which case it's available now. It's in their Snowflake promotion. Demonstrators get to pre-order, so, and you get a discount as a demonstrator, which is nice. I enjoy that part of it. So I enjoy it all, actually. I'm learning a lot, and it's fun making cards and other stuff. Not everybody makes just cards. I still plan on doing other paper crafting. I was in Target yesterday. I had to get something for my mom, and their composition books are 50 cents each right now, guys. And that sounds really good because Dollar Tree is usually $1 each, right? You know, but last year after school, I bought composition books at Target for 17 cents a piece, and I bought like 10 of them. So thank you, Margaret. All right, so I'm going to try to get this sort of centered here. Yes! Woohoo! I get so excited when I get it sort of right. Oh my goodness. Let me get my Stampin' Chamois to clean that one with, because it's a bigger stamp. Stampin' Chamois looks dirty, but I washed it yesterday. The stains just don't all come out. Squeaky clean. Okay. So that's that. And now we have to glue this onto here, and then we'll cut it. Okay. I used to have a different one before I joined Stampin' Up. I had a different demonstrator, but something happened, you know, people change, and she decided to stop doing it. And I knew in the meantime, Misty had started to sell Stampin' Up. And I really didn't hear much about it from her, but I thought, well, I'll just make her my demonstrator. And then she was doing like recruiting and stuff on one of her videos. And I thought, you know what? If I'm going to spend money doing this, I might as well just join. Okay. So this is how I want it. And I'm just going to draw a little pencil line. It has to be this side of the, oops, I don't need the hair along. This side of the edge. I'll just put a little line there. And I don't want to cut the words, obviously, but and let's see if I can cut a straight line this time. Sort of, kind of. I could use my trimmer. In fact, I think the other time I did. But I think I might have got it. And it just goes like that. I think that'll work. Woohoo! You guys still with me? What did you, sorry, Nix. You can watch the replay. It'll be on replay, and you'll see how I did the bokeh dots. It's really pretty easy. I'll just show you something in a minute. Okay, I don't want it too close to the crease because then the card won't close right. And I wanted the Merry Christmas to show. And then lastly, except for fixing that magnet thing, I did this on some of the flourishes here. I put some more of these little dots on. So I actually had used a large snowflake on the center of this one, but I'll just use a little one. Oops, maybe. And they do stick really good because they don't want to come up. Thank you for coming by, Smile. Charisse. Okay, let's see. I have a bigger dot. Put that there. And another bigger dot down here. And I should be using my little pokey tool. And a bigger dot up at the top. It just adds a little sparkle on the end, more sparkle. They're already kind of sparkly. These littlest ones I might have trouble with. Okay, I should be using my take your pick tool with the putty end to do this. But I guess I got a little lazy. Okay, one more little one. And that, except for fixing my little magnet snowflake thing, is the card. I think the gray came out okay. I do like the darker gray on the words better. I just have to find the other snowflake and fix that, and then I think we'll be okay. If you liked anything I did today, please give me a thumbs up. You're welcome, Jill May. Thank you, Smile. Thank you, Barbara. Let me bring up the other one. And we'll show them all together. That magnet's not quite right. I had to fix that. But here they are. There's two of these. So there's our cards for today. Well, this one was yesterday. This is what we did today. Same style. You love the gray? Yeah, it's pretty. It is pretty. I like the monotone. You're welcome, Sherry. Thank you, Jerry. And there goes the chat off again. Why does it do that? Well, as soon as chat comes back, I'm going to let you guys go because it's been an hour and a half and a little bit. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Polly. Thank you, Kat. Yes, 2 votes for the gray. All right, guys. Thank you, Melissa. Have a great day, everyone. Yay, Paige. I can't wait to see how you do it. You do so many fancy folds, though. It's like a minor thing, but it turned out okay. I like this part of it. And putting a magnet. I thought about doing a magnet on the bottom too, but and I thought people might not even realize there's a magnet there. But I like how it stands up. So yeah, there we go. This one's a little snugger. I had to figure out what I did wrong. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Okay, I'm going to sign off now if I can figure out how. There we go. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon, I'm sure.